Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. It was developed by Supermassive Games and published by Bandai Namco and just released on November 18th of 2022 on the PlayStation 4 and 5, the Xbox One and Series X and S, and PC. I do not think there currently is a Nintendo Switch version. They might have one in the future, but I currently don't know. Now, what exactly is this game? Well, it is the final game in the Dark Pictures Anthology series. And the best way to describe this game, like the other ones, you had Little Hope, A Man of Medan, and all these other ones. This one comes off more as being in a haunted hotel with things that happen like booby traps and saw-like contraptions and robots and stuff like that. Now, if you play it, you'll know what I mean. It's actually pretty decent. This overall plot of this game follows a group of documentary filmmakers as they go on an investigation of a modern-day replica building of HH Holmes' murder castle. Now, when you first boot up the game, there's a short little thing that shows back in the 1800s that there was this guy known by the name of H.H. Holmes, and he had built his own hotel. And he would lure unsuspecting people in under the guise of being a classy hotel and brutally murder them. And the first bit has some pretty graphic stuff to it, showing him murdering people. And he goes to court for it, and they find him guilty. And at the stand, he even tells the judge, he's like, "Listen, I can't stop what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I know I'm going to keep murdering people. So what you need to do is execute me. And when you do, and once I'm dead and you bury me, fill my grave with concrete and bury it super deep and add concrete on top too. That way, the evil will not be able to escape me." Now, that was creepy enough, but as the game progresses in the modern day, you find that these filmmakers are going there to experience the same thing. As they go through this new version of the murder castle, as they called it, it's a hotel that has moving walls, trick doors, death traps everywhere. And if you played any of the other games in the Dark Pictures Anthology series, you know that this month, once again, Supermassive made it. So it's a heavily, driven story-wise game with narrative of the multiple different characters that have different personalities that you're allowed to make multiple choices that can either lead to you surviving or brutally dying in multiple different ways. And once a character dies, they are permanently removed from the game, and the game continues on without them until you get to the finale, and with multiple different endings. If you played the other games, you should know how this works by now. And as for the control in this, it seems a little bit even more streamlined than the previous games in their series. This time, your characters can actually run faster, they can climb, they can jump. Now, keep in mind it's context sensitive. So if you get to an area, an icon prompt will appear, you hit that to be able to climb or jump. So it's not like you actually have total control over the characters. Once again, if you played their other games in the series, you kind of know what you're looking at. But it does add some new twists to it, including tool-based puzzles and some other neat aspects as well. Hands down, I would have to say I absolutely love this one. The last couple ones were great, but this one, the story, the overall plot, the arching things that can happen, and the fact of all the neat stuff that happens at this murder castle, as they call it, is very intriguing. And the main villain and everything is really superbly well done. It comes off as a sort of a murdering Hannibal Lecter sort of thing. And if you played their other games, you'll realize that they always have some sort of supernatural aspect in them in one way or another. Like the last couple ones had, witches, werewolves, vampires, and wendigos. This one nonetheless has some mystical stuff in it as well, and I don't want to spoil it for you because I can actually highly recommend this one. Just keep in mind it kind of starts off a little slow as it develops the characters and teaches you pretty much how to control them, but once it gets going, it really picks up the pace, and I absolutely love where they went and ended up on this one. This is a fantastic finale to this gaming series. Now keep in mind, this game is really not that that long. It'll only take you about 8 hours or so to play through to beat it. But the main thing about these games is the different choices you have and the different abilities you can actually have. You can go back through and play different chapters multiple times to get different scenarios and different things to happen, kind of like the game The Quarry, to where you have multiple different branching paths, which can lead to some really impressive death scenes and some other really cool stuff that happens as well. And of course, like the other games, you will find pictures that you look at that will give you a flashboard of a possible premonition of what could happen to a character. It doesn't really help much because it doesn't really explain, okay, what can I do to avoid this? It just kind of shows you something that could happen if you make a certain decision. I've always said that I thought that was kind of iffy and kind of pointless. It's neat to actually see that, but if they don't give you any sort of context to know what to do or what to say to avoid that, it doesn't really help much. It's just something to go, ooh, wow, look, that's something that might happen if I pick a certain thing the wrong way. And the other thing they add to it is you can also get additional tips from the curator. Once again, the main guy that actually is telling this story, from the main area. And you find these death coins that they normally put in the mouths of dead people to help send their spirits on to the afterlife. If you find these hidden death coins and other hidden collectibles, and you can unlock all kinds of stuff, and he can actually help you by showing you some certain things to help you through your path. In the end, I actually enjoyed this one way better than the past couple ones. It scratched the itch for me. The disturbing aspect of the killer on how he likes to take the bodies of people and mechanize them into like robots and stuff like that. Like mechanical operators and stuff. And the overall the aesthetic, just the look and the feel of the hotel that they're going through is absolutely fantastic. But now I said that, I have to point out some issues with this game. First of all, it plays kind of clunky. I'm playing it on PS5. You have two different choices. You can play it in graphics mode or performance mode. Graphics, if you have your 4K TV, it bumps up the resolution. If you play it in performance, naturally you're used to this. You get the 60 frames a second. I went for the performance mode. And honestly, there's a lot of janky animation in this game. Now, I know this game was another thing that was delayed due to COVID, but there's a lot of parts where the animation doesn't sync up right and a lot of glitches. And I'm playing this after the official launch with the update patch. So there are so many glitches. I'll show you a couple right here that you can see that are just kind of odd. Dude's there supposed to have his camera. It's not in his hands. Other glitches. It's not super bug ridden, but it does have some issues with it, like characters teleporting and zooming around. And it kind of takes you out of the moment when that happens, especially in a game like this that is heavily focused on the storytelling and the character development. But other than that, that's the only real issues I had with this. I thought that the characters actually acted more realistic. They're still caricatures. They're still written like a horror movie. So you're not going to have people that are really intelligent and go, that's odd. Let's just get the hell out of here. No, let's explore this dark hallway. Then, see if she can get her panties out of the dryer while razor throat's in the house. So if you're expecting a super smart, intelligent a bunch of group of people, once again, this is written like a horror movie. Because if you have people super smart, they wouldn't have went into this damn place to even begin with. But in the end, if you get past that, I would have to say, personally, if you're a fan of any of the supermassive titles that are like interactive games, interactive movies, really, this one in the Dark Pictures Anthology, I personally liked the best. I thought it had a lot of neat things going on for it. The plot was really cool. I liked the branching story part this time. It does have some pretty good options to it to help people be able to play it easier. You can play it alone or you can play it online with some people if you want. Once again, that's a feature that carried over from the last one. But in the end, I can actually recommend this. It's only 8 hours long, but it does have a lot of replayability with the different ways of going through and picking different decisions that lead to multiple different endings, characters living and dying, and the price is only $39.95. $29.95. Now, that's for every version. So if you have a PS4 version, it's $39.95. If you have the PS5 version, it's the same price. So that's kind of odd. I mean, it kind of sucks if you're PS4 and you don't have a PS5. You think it maybe should be $29.95, but nonetheless, it's not a full price game. None of them in the series has been, and I like the fact it's one price for every single version. And in the end, I have to say, I think this is a fantastic way to end the Dark Pictures Anthology series. It goes out with a bang, a slashing good time, so to say. Please leave in the comments below if you played the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me, or if you plan to in the future. What are your thoughts of this game? Is there anything I said that you don't agree with or anything that I missed pointing out? Please leave in the comments below and I'll answer each and every single one of them. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And remember, here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details, and it's not in me. Peace out until next time.